In the heart of a forgotten village, wreathed in the mists of the moor, stands the ancient church of St. Eldred's, its stone walls thick with the ivy of centuries, the architecture a relic of the ancient days. As the newly appointed priest of St. Eldred's, I was drawn not by the promise of a devoted flock. There were but a few scattered souls remaining, but by the allure of its vast library of ancient texts and the solitude that such a place promised. My arrival was not marked by tradition or ceremony, but by a quiet handing over of duties from an elderly clergyman whose eyes hinted at deeper secrets than the church's visibly decaying archives could hold. The church had always intrigued me, with its somber beauty and folk legends. It was said to be a place of great power and great peril, where the veil between the seen and unseen was thin. I had taken these tales as the typical lore that shrouds old places. However, on a particular night, underscored by a relentless storm, howling through the gables like a chorus of the damned, I discovered something I wish I never did. In the sacristy, where I had spent countless hours cataloging texts and artifacts, a door now stood where none had been before, a tall, narrow portal, carved from dark wood and bound in iron, sealed with a rusted iron padlock, inscribed with strange symbols that writhed unnervingly under my gaze. I was certain this door had not existed before, yet here it was as if it had always been waiting. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and the surreal, otherworldly atmosphere lent by the storm, I remembered the shimmering, odd key given to me under cryptically at the time of my arrival. It fit perfectly, turning with a reluctant groan that seemed to resonate deeper than the storm itself, unlocking the door that I was certain had not existed before. As the door creaked open, it revealed a room swallowed by shadows, a stark contrast to the flickering lightning outside. I hesitated, my instincts screaming to seal what had been so deliberately hidden. Yet, compelled by a deeper, inexplicable force, I lit a candle and stepped inside. The room was oppressive, with air thick with the smell of decay and something acrid, almost sweet, like rotting flesh mingled with incense. Shelves lined with obscure texts and artifacts filled the space. But it was the center of the room that drew my eyes. An old wooden table with a single book resting upon it, its cover unmarked and binding plain, yet emanating a palpable sense of anticipation. As the candlelight flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced with the storm's rhythm, its sickly yellow cover was clasped shut, not with a lock, but with fastenings that seemed to twitch eagerly as I approached. Compelled beyond reason, I approached the table and opened the book. The pages were blank, eerily so, but as I stared, words began to appear, ink blossoming on the page like dark flowers. The book was writing itself, recounting histories not known to any scholar, secrets of the cosmos and of realms shadowed from human sight. Outside, the storm intensified, as though it responded to the book's revelations. Thunder cracked sharply, a sound so loud it seemed to shake the very foundations of the church, the words continuing to write themselves faster, more urgently. As I read, the sense of being watched grew overwhelming. I was not alone. Turning slowly, I saw nothing but felt an undeniable presence, an intelligence vast and ancient, observing me through unseen eyes. The air grew thick, and the room seemed to close in around me, the shadows deepening, stretching. With each word I read, reality seemed to warp, the edges of the room blurring and twisting. I realized then that the book was not merely recounting tales. It was a key itself, a gateway, being pried open between our world and another, dark and vast. I'd snapped the book shut, heart pounding with a primal fear and an awestruck curiosity. The storm abruptly died as if it had never been, leaving a silence so profound it hummed in my ears. The room felt normal again, mundane, as if the moments of terror had been nothing but a figment of my imagination. But the air had changed. There was a coolness, a whisper of something else, a fragrance not belonging to our world. I locked the book inside the room, resealing the door with the shimmering key, aware now of its purpose: to keep closed the doorway between realms, a boundary not meant to be crossed. In the quiet moments of my daily duties, the shadows at the edges of my vision seemed to stretch towards me, the whispers of the key growing louder. I fear a battle is brewing within me. The key tempts relentlessly, the dark secrets of the book beckoning endlessly, and I am left haunted by the thought that one day my resolve might falter, and on that day, what lies locked behind that door may no longer be contained.